The Tough 21 finale, also known as the Ultimate Fighter American Top Team vs. Brazilians finale, takes place on Sunday, July 12th at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas. There are 10 fights on the main card, including Jake Ellenberger taking on Stephen Thompson and George Masvidal against Cesar Ferreira. The bulk of the card will be shown on Fox Sports 1 after some early preliminary bouts that will be shown on the UFC Fight Pass. The feature bout at Tough 21 on Sunday has Stephen Thompson taking on Jake Ellenberger. Thompson is 10-1 in his career, while Ellenberger is 30-9. Thompson is definitely on the way up in the MMA, so this bout against Ellenberger will be a good test. It's awesome to be fighting in a main event against an opponent ranked in the top 10, Thompson said. I was supposed to have a main event fight back in February, but I ended up injuring my rib and was forced to pull out of the fight. They asked me to be the main event again for this fight, and hopefully that means the UFC is realizing I'm an exciting fighter. That's pretty cool, but facing a top-ranked fighter like Ellenberger is awesome. Jake is a tough dude, and with good wrestling, he's fought some of the best. Thompson has been working with unbeaten middleweight champion Chris Weidman, which should prepare him well for taking on Ellenberger. I've spent a lot of time training with Chris Weidman, Thompson said. He came down to train with me in spar a few weeks ago, and I went up to train with him before his last fight. There is no one in his weight class who is going to be as strong as Chris Weidman. In the other fights, Dan Miller is at -135 to take on Trevor Smith. Miller is 14-7, while Smith comes in at 12-6. Shaul Magalhães is at -150 versus Josh Salmon. Magalhães is 9-1, while Salmon comes in at 11-2. George Masvidal is at -275 versus Cesar Ferreira. Masvidal is 28-9 in his career, while Ferreira comes in at 8-4. Michelle Waterson is at -600 versus Angela Magana. Waterson is 12-4 in her career, while Magana is 11-7. Russell Doane is at -400 versus Jared Saunders. Doane is 14-4, while Saunders is 14-3. Daryl Montag is at -135 versus Willie Gates. Montag comes in at 13-4, while Gates' record is 11-5. Maximo Blanco is at -150 versus Mike De La Torre. Blanco is 11-6-1 in his career, while De La Torre comes in at 13-4. In the last fight, George Sullivan versus Dominic Waters. Waters is a late replacement as Marcio Alexandre Jr. had to pull out of this fight. Waters was a contestant on The Ultimate Fighter 16, but he was beaten by Mike Ricci. Waters has since won 3 straight fights. Sullivan is the former Cage Fury Fighting Championships welterweight champion. He was beaten by Tim Means last time out at UFC on Fox 15.